Welcome back. We're still talking to Chancellor Larac about the Chodak.
We believe that the group which settled here and built these structures was not from the mainstream of Chodak society.
Why do you say that?
For one reason, this is a very small base. The structures the Chodak built could not have held more than a few thousand people. This could not have been a major colony.
And for another?
The Chodak settlers often refer to Alinor as the seat of evil, and frequently said that the Unity device, the Empire's chief means of control, had to be destroyed.
Perhaps the settlers here were similar to your own ancestors, fleeing an established society to pursue a different vision.
Perhaps, but I suspect the Chodak here played a far more active role. This outpost was only inhabited for a few decades, which coincided almost exactly with the end of the Empire as a whole.
These reasons are not strong grounds for believing the settlers here were rebels.
There are 1,000 more small clues, all pointing to the same conclusion. But there is one major mystery which could resolve the question completely.
What is this mystery?
A century ago, our scientists found a Chodak data crystal. We believe it contains the answers we seek, but unfortunately, the crystal is extremely old and fragile. Our equipment is not sophisticated enough to read it without destroying it.
Perhaps the Enterprise's computers could read your Chodak data crystal safely.
Very well. I will entrust the crystal to you. All I ask is that you share whatever you discover to satisfy our own curiosity.
If you'll excuse me, I have other duties to attend to. Perhaps we can talk again later.
As you wish. May the spirit of the lawgiver guide your path through the stars.
We've done all we can here. Beam us up.
Okay, so the only reason we really needed to beam down here was so he could give us all this crap. And why exactly we needed to take Worf, Data and Troy with us, nobody knows. They didn't do anything.
Chancellor Larac was most helpful. We now know what the Romulans are seeking.
Do you think the Romulans have really found the Unity device?
We know already if they had.
The device is that powerful?
I'm not sure, but without it, an empire which spanned this entire section of the galaxy disintegrated overnight.
What are your orders, Captain?
Well, since we've done all we can here, I guess we should go to our other source of information about the Chodak, which is, of course, Shanok, who is in Horst 3.
Set course for Horst 3, Warp 5.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
I'm gonna speed us up a bit more, as usual.
Captain, the ship's computer has completed its attempt to read the damaged Chodak data crystal we received from Chancellor Larac.
That was quick.
Any success, Mr. Data?
Only in part, sir. Much of the information was corrupted, as we had feared. But there is one section that may be of interest in our current situation. As Chancellor Larac guessed, Frigis was indeed a rebel base. The crystal explains how the rebels stole information from the main computer on Alinor and used it to attack the Unity device itself. The rebels used a programmable encryption rod to access Alinor's main computer and learn vital information about the Unity device. This information was then used to plan a raid against the Unity device.
It seems strange that if the Unity device was so powerful that they wouldn't be able to stop that. Then again, a handful of rebels managed to take down the Death Star, so...
There is then a corrupted section and a brief mention of a space freighter called the Rinkel. I am not certain what the connection is between the freighter and the raid. The complete text of the information may of course be found in the ship's computer.
Really? Let's check that out.
Primary core access enabled. Systems online.
Data crystal. Subject, data crystal, reference 25823.7291. Preliminary analysis. The object in question is a data storage medium using compressed isolinear chips in a crystalline form. Most of its data had been corrupted over millennia of disuse, but the following text is a transcript of the most complete recording. Commander's log 4392.2. A random number. Apparently a Chodak date, I suppose. Our forces are ready for the assault on the Unity device. I will be leading the attack, so this will be my final log, whether we succeed or fail. The following, data corrupt. We used the programmable encryption rod designed by Chief Scientist Bordellas to access the Empire's central computer on the administration planet Eleanor. With the codes we obtained, we will be able to data corrupt. The final attack will commence at data corrupt. We'll intercept the space liner Wrinkle, disable its engines and jam communications. The Grins will then proceed to the Unity device and engage the chameleon field. With luck, the Unity device sensors will mistake the Grins as the Wrinkle. If our ship succeeds in docking, the assault teams will disembark and data corrupt. Once we have control of the Unity device, we will use its powers to data corrupt into the future and out of reach of the meddling bureaucrats for a whole time. End of file. Fascinating. So it seems that some people thought that the Unity device was a bit too powerful for the Chodak to use. So something tells me it wouldn't be a good thing if the Romulans got their hands on them.
Helm, standard orbit.
Oh, we arrived.
Captain's log. We have arrived at Horst 3 to request some advice from the noted Vulcan archaeologist Shanok. Instead, all we have found here is a recorded message buoy broadcasting continuously.
Okay.
To whoever hears this message. The sudden incursion into this region of space by a flotilla of Romulan warships has made this remote expedition untenable. For the safety of my crew, I have decided to abandon this site temporarily.
Is it really correct to refer to a fleet of spaceships as a flotilla? Okay. Apparently, this guy thinks it is.
In the name of science, I ask that you do not disturb my work on this planet. There is one site that requires special care. The Chodak site seems to have a field that camouflages it to normal sensors. I located it mostly by accident. There is a platform jutting out part way down a deep shaft in the ground. Further investigation has been blocked by an ancient rock slide.
As much as I would like to honor Shanok's request to leave the site alone, we don't have that luxury. The current situation makes it imperative that we learn where this planet Eleanor is. This Chodak base may have the information we need.
Well, let's hope it does, because if it doesn't, we're stuck.
We should form an away team at once to investigate this shaft that Shanok spoke of, but we'll have to be careful to disturb as little on the site as possible.
Okay. I'll just save here before we go on this away team. Oh, Picard is going.
Beam
I
down
guess that makes
coordinates
sense.
selected.
Because this is an archaeological site. And of course, Picard is the most knowledgeable person about archaeology. Okay. We're standing inside some sort of pit. Doesn't seem to be any obvious way out of here.
This platform dates back to the Chodak Empire. We may be standing on the brink of an important discovery. I wonder if there could be anything behind this pile of rubble.
Well, let's use the tricorder to find out if there is.
There appears to be a hollow area behind this pile of rubble.
Okay, but we'll have to try and find a way to get past there in the next video.